EA Sports coverage of the world of golf brings us to the place where it all began. They've been playing golf here since the 15th century on the old course at St. Andrews. Rich Lerner up in the tower, pleased to be joined as always by Frank Nobilo. And Frank, we cannot talk about the old course without talking about bunkers. 112 of them in all. We know they can derail around. So what's the key to avoiding them?
You just mentioned it, really avoid those bunkers. They're beautifully positioned. If they're downwind, you'd be surprised. The ball can run 60 or 70 yards. So you might be wondering why that bunker's down there, and then all of a sudden you find it. So just keep your eyes open. But yeah, hey, it's a beautiful walk, and that's really the way golf was invented and should be played, especially at St. Andrews.
Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. Here we go. 7-footer for birdie. Ah, yes. Very well read. To 1 under now for the day. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with the prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course, because the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
That one going to be in great shape. So following the birdie at 1, a solid drive here at the second. So the great tee shot left him here. Now his second from relatively close range. Let's see if he can knock this in. It's for birdie. Okay, that's an ideal start right there. Back-to-back birdies, getting him to 2 under at the start of his round. Up next here at St. Andrews, the 370-yard par 4 third. Best to drive it left center to avoid a cluster of bunkers down the right side of the fairway. The real challenge comes on the approach, with Cartgate bunker coming into play. Oh, this is a big chance, but it's looking good. Drivable par 4. Not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Okay, so after the big tee shot and some good work around the green, here's the result, tap pin 3. You might be asking, why have so many of golf's greatest course architects drawn from the old course? Well, here's a good example. It's about the options, couple of ways to get after a hole. You can take a risk and you would be rewarded by going toward that narrow valley on the right, but there's always a price to pay. Safer play is to go for the plateau on the left. Again, all about options at the old course. I'll tell you, this is shaping up to be some kind of round. Birdies at 1, 2, and 3, and another good tee shot here at the 4th.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
That's a good shot, and more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
This one measures out to 15 feet.
Ah, yes, well done. It's a birdie to move to 4 under now on the day. Well, here's a real scoring opportunity. The first par 5 on the front side at St. Andrews, the 5th hole. It's only 514 yards. That greenhouse, this is a football field deep. The key here, yet again, avoiding the big bunkers. They're called the Seven Sisters bunkers off the tee. If you do that, you'll have a great chance to get home in 2.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Yeah, sensational shot here, on and 2 on the par 5, and Frank, a good look at eagle.
Well, you're exactly right, Rich. 2 good shots into this par 5, and a chance to be more than well rewarded.
Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3, superb. Here we are now at the 374-yard par 4 6th. It's a blind tee shot over a mound. The key here, avoiding the coffin bunkers on the left and a series of bunkers on the right. Oh, this looks really good. Oh my goodness, that is on in 1. Wow, what an incredible shot. Length will be an issue here, no question, as will the speed down that slope, but this is for an eagle. Will that stop? Yes, that was not easy down the slope, but that's pretty well done. Okay, so that's why you take out the big stick and try to drive this par 4 after a good lag putt. It means that's no more than a tap-in birdie. Nope, that wasn't the right line, and he'll pay the price as this ball gonna run off the fairway and into the bunker. Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Now this for another birdie. Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. Frank, now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green, and often you see long, long birdie putts here.
Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. This is a 13-footer. That's going to scoot a foot or two by. And so he'll finish that off. It's a par, and it'll keep him at 8 under for his round. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. So from the rough, his second at 9. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. Oh, that one read perfectly. It is a birdie here at the 9th. As we begin the backside here at St. Andrews, you can really feel the history. This hole named in honor of the legendary Bobby Jones, who won the 1927 Open and the 1930 Amateur. Obviously, 1930 was his Grand Slam year. He retired, by the way, at the age of 28, and then founded and built with Alistair McKenzie Augusta National. So a little bit of history lesson as you play this 340-yard par 4 10th. What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. Chance now for another birdie. You bet. Easy as can be. That's in for birdie. Now to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left, is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
You know, in this game, you don't just hit the shot. You have to see the shot, and that's a really good example right there. Excellent. A 9-footer now for his birdie. That's going to slide by to the left. Good work to get into that position, but couldn't finish it off. So he'll finish there for par, and he'll hold steady at -10 for his round. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right, and obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
It seemed like the smart play was to go with the 3-wood, hoping for a little more accuracy, but instead, this is going to be in the bunker. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, and it was a bullish tee shot trying to find its way to the green, but it's been caught out in this pot bunker. Not going to be easy, but certainly a chance of getting birdie.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Not quite online, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Okay, that's finished off for a par. Here at the par 4 13th hole at the old course, Frank, what's the best play, power, or do you go with precision?
Well, you'd like a nice mixture of both there, Rich. If you can take those coffins out of play, that's the name for those series of bunkers sort of down the middle, then obviously you've got a much shorter shot coming in, and then you've got a chance to actually have a full view of the screen.
Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, 6-7 feet in there, but that is an excellent approach shot.
Now this for another birdie. Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your 3rd shot to 14.
Often we talk about needing precision off the tee, and this is how you do it. That is dead center. Oh, what a good shot that is. Home and 2 on the par 5. Remember, made eagle earlier in the round, Frank? Now maybe a chance for a second.
I know we can't call it a double eagle, but talk about aggression in these par 5s. Way to stand up there and just hit the shot.
Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot, because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
This a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. Breeze at his back shoulder as he lines up his second from the fairway.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
Chance now for another birdie. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. So he'll finish off there. It's only a par, but he'll remain on track to break 60 as he'll stay at 13 under. 16th hole is a par 4 here at the old course, Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here. But the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder because you'll have to bring it across that little pot bunker in the front called the Wig.
From well down the fairway, this a bit of a tricky distance for his second. Okay, on the putting surface, but work to do from there. An outside look here for birdie. That one just gonna sneak on by. Okay, that one cleaned up without any issue, and that is a par. Well, this is simply put one of the most unusual and difficult par 4s in the entire world of golf. You know it as the road hole. They don't come any more famous than this. Iconic 455 yards par 4 17th. Do you know any other par 4s where you have to carry a hotel? Well, this is the one. And then when you get up by the green, it's that little road and that little wall where so much history has unfolded. This one has a chance to be close.
Oh, I always knew that was going to be a good shot when it left the club face. What's that, 8 or 9 feet? Excellent shot.
Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. Frank, no ordinary finishing hole, is it?
The 18th is named Tom Morris, one of the greats of the game many a year ago. And of course, every great player has walked across Swilcan Bridge. You'll get the opportunity to do that after you hit that tee shot. If you're very long, you can drive this green, but avoid the Valley of Sin. Enjoy the walk all the way up golf's most famous finishing hole.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Good chance to get one in close from here. This is second. Now this for another birdie. Yeah, that's how to end it. Back-to-back birdies at 17 and 18. And this will wind up an absolutely mind-blowing round of 57. So for Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. Now, from the Harbortown Golf Links on the resort island of Hilton Head in South Carolina, this is EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, you've been coming here for years as a player and now as a broadcaster. Nice to be in this almost idyllic harborside village, but this is a difficult golf course in the eyes of many. What are you going to be watching for today?
How they navigate this not overly long golf course. You know, Harbortown is very strategic, so you don't have to bash away with a driver here. It actually really is about hitting fairways. And I know that sounds a little old school, but if you're trying to hit the 300-yard bomb around Harbortown, you're going to come unstuck.
So we're just going to get in a quick 9 here. Let's start on the back at the par 4 10th hole.
That's a good shot, and more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
This from about 10 feet.
Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par. This 11th hole at 436 yards is another test requiring precision over power. This fairway narrows the nearer it gets to this green, which is surrounded by 4 unique bunkers. Precision is absolutely the key to any round here at Harbor Town. Those fairways can look awfully narrow in spots, and that, a smart decision to go with iron off the tee. So we'll finish that off for his par to remain 1 under for the round. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
Well, he's looking at 108 yards to the front, 113 to the hole, pin in the right front.
Oh man, it looked good initially, but rolled off the green and back into the fairway. That stings. Oh, is that any good? Perfect.
That was tracking pretty well, too. That could have gone in for the same price.
That's 1 under on the day. So many visually arresting holes here at Harbor Town. This might be the best of the bunch. The 373-yard par 4 13th. Architect Pete Dye created some of the best work that golf has ever seen. But credit the design on this hole, as well as the 17th at TPC Sawgrass, to his wife, Alice, who drew up this design, how's this, on a napkin. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second for this par 4. I was asking for it to go, and it listened. That is a really good shot. 5 feet now for birdie. Not a problem. That's in for birdie, and that score moves to 2 under par. On to the 14th now. This one almost a mirror image of number 4. It's a par 3 at 192 yards. At 4, the danger was water left. Here, it's on the right with a generous bailout area left of the green. That's a fun tee shot to hit right there. You know the wind is at your back. You tee it high and just let it go. Get it up there in the jet stream, and that's just what he did. He's going to love that. Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie to push that score to 3 under for the round. Now to the lone par 5 on this backside, the longest hole on the course, the 588-yard par 5 15th. This one is a toughie, featuring a narrow landing area off the tee with bunkers on both sides, as well as a somewhat blind second shot requiring a pretty good right-to-left angle of attack. That will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. Well, that one had to feel good.
Yeah, it struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, yeah. That's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. We start to make our way toward the blue waters of Calabogie Sound as we come to the 434-yard par 4 16th. A well-placed tee shot will leave you with a fairly short iron into a small egg-shaped green. This one's starting a little bit right.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
Well, he's looking at 120 yards remaining to the flagstick. Although the ball is sitting down a little in this rough, he's going to have to come in steep and dig it out.
It's been a beautiful round of golf today. It's been a clinic with the irons, and well, more evidence there. The swing, the strike, and look how close that is.
Okay, that nothing more than a tap-in, and that's how this round has gone. Just a sensational display so far. 2 holes remain as we come to the par 3 17th at 174 yards. You'll want to aim right of that one lone tree in the distance, almost like what you see on the South Carolina state flag. And be sure to steer clear of the bunkers here, because making par from there, not a sure thing. Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. Here we go. This one for birdie. Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. The 18th hole, one of the real signature holes on the PGA Tour. It's a par 4 at 472 yards. Sort of a visually awkward landing area. You want to make sure you don't hit it through the fairway and into the hazard. But a good drive sets up a gorgeous finish, taking dead aim at that beacon of a lighthouse. It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Second shot forthcoming from the left side of this fairway.
That's not too bad. Good shot. Inside 20 feet, I would imagine. So a good chance, really, outside chance for birdie.
Chance now for another birdie.
And if you've ever used a putting mat as a holiday gift, this is the putt. Slightly up a hill and dead straight.
Oh, there's the surgeon's touch right there. Well done to run that in for a birdie. So, Frank, another round in the books, and that was an entertaining day at the golf course.
Rich, I still can't believe they pay us to do this.
So that should just about do it. For all of us at EA Sports, thanks for spending some time with us on the road to the Masters. Set upon the cliffs, high above the Pacific Ocean below, there's a look at the majestic South Course at Torrey Pines, site of this edition of EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner. And Frank, there are so many eye-catching courses here in Southern California, but many would say that this one right here, Torrey Pines, is the jewel of them all.
Yeah, it's tough too. The South Course here at Torrey, it's a long golf course, so there's a lot of sort of strenuous iron shots. They're not just sort of drive and wedge holes, so you've got a lot of mid-irons. So just be prepared for that. But I think it's always fun when you get to play a golf course on a recreational day, and you know that they've hosted US Opens or PGA Tour events.
Just a little beyond the hole, but pretty handy right there. This a shade better than 50% on the make percentage. It's for birdie. Okay, just how you draw it up. That one in for a birdie. This one moving just a little bit to the right with that wind. And that's going to miss the fairway. So after the birdie at 1, he'll need to play his second at 2 from the rough.
It shouldn't be too bad where he is. He should have a decent look at the green. This is why so many players today favour distance. Good tee shot down there, nice and close to the green. Even though it's coming out of the rough, excellent chance for a birdie.
Oh, yes, he gauged that one perfectly. Another birdie here at 2, and a 2-under start to the round. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And this doesn't look too complicated at all. I don't think he needs to give away the hole. This is pretty straight on.
Oh, the pace was spot on. That ball somehow just decided not to go down. 2 under par for the round. Nothing to fault there. Safely in the fairway. A noticeable breeze coming right to left as he eyes his second.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
19 feet away.
Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that.
Okay, no problem with that one.
And that one's going to hit hard. Get a little bit of run out, and that is going to wind up just fine. Just under 80 yards to go now as he'll decide how to flight his second. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Maybe got a little too much sand there. That came out fat, and the rough took all the momentum off the ball. And that'll trickle on, but wind up well short. -1 for the day. Right, in the fairway. Got every bit of that fluid all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. That one flirting with the left edge of the fairway.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
Here at 7, this his second from off the fairway.
Always a good shot in the rough, but now a chance for a birdie. So that's a good approach shot.
This from 7 feet.
Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. Okay, that one's dancing. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
It's a combination of break and speed demanded with this putt, right to left down a steep slope. Got to be careful.
Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that, in for a par. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Well, that one had to feel good.
Yeah, it struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and that just skips a foot or so by. Okay, his fine play continues. He is dialed in as the short birdie putt here gets him to 4 under for his round. So, partner, as always, I enjoyed it. Watching golf, calling golf. Let's do it again soon.
We got the best seat in the house, Rich.
So that's it for us. For Frank, Now, from Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, set amongst the azaleas, dogwoods, magnolias, and pines, this is EA Sports coverage of the world of golf. Rich Lerner here at the 18th Tower alongside Frank Nobilo, 15 times a winner around the world. Frank, normally we would see you over at that special spot, Amen Quarter, 12T, but you're with me today. Take me back to your playing days. What ran through your mind as you stood over that opening tee shot?
I couldn't feel my hands, really. I was so nervous to get to play there for the first time, and that was just a practice round. And I think anybody that goes there for just a round of golf, you get the same feeling. You're like, am I really allowed to play? And then the course just comes to you. It really does. It flows beautifully. There's a lot more undulations than you even give it credit for. But, you know, hey, you're going to reference Amen Corner, so will I. Amen Corner technically is the second shot into 11, 12, and the tee shot at 13, not the 3 holes.
Needed maybe half a club more there. As it is, needs to get up and down to save par. Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. Yeah, just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. Got every bit of that, flew it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an Eagle 3. Superb. And this is going to get way up there at 3. That, a very good drive. So a big drive, and not much needed to carry here for his second. Coming off the eagle, this for birdie. Very smooth there. That one in for a birdie. Okay, safely aboard. Oh yes, that's the right line, and it's in for a birdie. Well done. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grab.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
And this is looking really good.
Well, Rich, I didn't expect this sort of fireworks here today, but already with some birdies on the card and another one here by the looks of things.
Okay, little two-footer for birdie, not a problem, and that was well played. That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie look straight ahead. Now this for another birdie. Nope, didn't get it, didn't hit it.
This is a 16-footer.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by.
Four under on the day.
Well, Frank, as we know, golf is not played generally on a flat surface, and here we go, uphill.
Yeah, and the uphill lie is going to guarantee you more loft than normal. So you're going to have to counteract that with maybe an extra club.
I like the looks of this one.
Oh, he's come out of the gates today beautifully, and there is another chance.
He's been automatic on this front side. This for birdie. If only they could all be that short. Very well played there, and it results in an easy birdie. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. That is a really good shot. On in two on this par 5, but work's not done yet.
I'm a tough taskmaster. If he makes the putt, or at least gets down in 2, then I'm going to congratulate him on this hole.
Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. It's amazing how well folks hit the irons off the tee nowadays, and that a prime example right there. That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. Nope.
How about 5 under par for the day?
You just never get tired of watching golf here at Augusta National. It is such a magical place, and that, as always, a great day at the course.
And they got to sort of enjoy what a lot of people do on the very, very first time. Enjoy how hilly this golf course, the change of undulation, all the shots that are required, and just the